This is Matt, co-founder of Metafide, calling in today for a special supercharged event as I'm joined by my co-host Yeti and our special guest today, Tut, as we're going to be playing some 1-minute BTC prediction games. Tut over here, he's a pretty cool guy. He's pretty creative. He's done some stuff in the NFT space. He's doing things behind the scenes in crypto, making stuff happen. We're lucky to have been introduced to Tut over here. And, it seems like right away this guy's got a bunch of good ideas. He's definitely bringing the real deal crypto vibes to the space right now. So, happy to bring him on the show. And, Tut, if you want to introduce yourself and tell everyone a little bit, about yourself and, some of the things that you're exciting you right now, you've been working on in the space.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me out, guys. For people that don't know me, I am artist, creative, builder, founder, just all around, just doing stuff, creating things, making things in the space. And I'm just down to mess around with innovation and tech. And yeah, Matt reached out to me and I was like, yo, let's do this.
Nice, man. I'm happy to have you on here. So it's your first time, playing the game. And so we're going to maybe help walk you through some of these strategies and, get yourself in there. So,
hold on. I want to make sure I get this out. Sorry.
Yeah, you're all good. Oh, get that posted. Yeah. Let everyone know.
Sorry, guys. You might have got feedback on that.
No worries.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to get the link and I am going to post this so everyone following me can get this.
Yeah, your $2 invite code. Yeah, anyone who joins that will get $2 of free play so they can come into the game. When they sign up, they'll generate into their wallet. And then also anyone who deposits up to $5, they'll get a $5 match on that.
Did you send me that code?
Yeah, here. I sent, I think, a little bit higher up in the Telegram. Let me see.
In the TG, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, here, I'll send it down here.
Oh, you did send me.
No worries. TG is not the best software.
Sick.
I heard how he runs his business. I don't know if this is true or if he's just exaggerating, but supposedly, so they have Telegram, the company, and then he has like a side business, which is these like games or these puzzles or really difficult problems to solve. And he hosts like a global competition. And so the smartest people in the world come and try to solve these problems and like pass these tests. And the people who qualify, he meets them and then basically finds like the best person that introduces them to his team. And his whole thing is having a very slim team. Like, so behind Telegram, he said there's about 30 engineers, but they're all the most elite, best engineers in the entire world, and that they can work extremely efficiently together. And that's their secret sauce.
That sounds cool. I mean, isn't he also like trying to have as many babies as possible?
I thought that Elon Musk, I remember hearing about that too.
I'm pretty...
Elon Musk is just trying to keep having one until he finds one that'll talk to him. I think he's...
I'm pretty sure the founder of Telegram has like a lot of kids. Like he's got this, like, I don't, you could look it up. For some reason the number like 95 is in my head or something.
Whoa, like no way.
Yeah, no, I could be wrong. That's just in my head. But I've heard this.
My kids used to go to a school with less people than that. Imagine that. Your whole school could be just your children. Hectic. I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, Telegram.
He said he does have over like 100.
Yeah.
Over 100.
Yeah. No. There's some. Yeah. That's the lore I know about him. That's like wacky.
So 6 naturally, and the rest via sperm donation. So he is a proper wanker.
He is a wanker, and he is wanking. He is boys wanking. Wanking for the people. It's like, dude, you don't need the excuse to wank, man. You can just wank. You don't have to impregnate people.
Yeah. Man, every sperm is sacred. You don't.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I push this properly so we can.
You're all good.
Get some people in.
Yeah, he was big though. Like even in social media back then. My girlfriend told me he had this like social media girlfriend. I forget her name, something Shishikova, and she was like some Russian, model that was like super famous on Instagram.
Yeah.
So he had, like the first, popular Instagram girlfriend back then.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The guy's just a trailblazer, man.
Yeah, he really was.
Soon there'll be like a new like I just figured out a new product for us that we can build. It's like you leverage your social status on social media, and a deal flow is you sell your sperm. He started that trend, but this is what we're doing, right? Like instead of marketing for a tweet, it's like, yo, you want to have my kid, I'm a social media influencer, and then you sell your sperm.
We've had friends that have gone and gotten like inseminated, like at a sperm bank. I'm like, why don't you just like message before you go and get like, like Rick the accountant sperm, and have his kid? Like, why don't you message like fucking like, I don't know, like Michael Jordan and ask him, like just put it out there and see if he'll send you a bit of his stuff. Like, like I feel like a celebrity would respond, like not a celebrity, but like someone that's like peak in their field. Like, yeah, you want them rather than Rick the accountant, right?
Yeah, I wonder what the close rate is. It's like how many messages you have to send. Like 10,000.
Small, I reckon. I reckon something like
what,
that.
Though? It might be that. I feel like it could be a thing. I bet you that people are asking those questions. Like if you want an athletic kid or something, you're like, yeah, I want an athlete DNA.
It sounds like you guys are creating like a whole other business here where like, it's like, hey, like if you want this, you can come to this list. There's like elite sperm. And it's like if you believe in this like ideology that you want to have as many kids in the world and spread your consciousness out there so like it has much of a successful chance to succeed or take over your business one day or, further your family bloodline, then here's a place to sign up and here's a place to match donors. And now it's like this whole version of that could go bad though.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. This is probably what's having me on. Ask anyone who's ever hosted me. I just start going off in weird ways. I'm sorry, because my brain is still going. I'm like, have you guys seen those like social media apps or dating apps where you have to meet a certain threshold to be in them?
I've heard about it.
Yeah, there's dating apps where like you have to have certain like attractive qualities to be on it because it's to network with other like super attractive people. But there's also like social media clubs now where like you have to have certain like income brackets and have like founded companies. Anyways, I'm just saying you could do that for the sperm bank thing where like you have to have a certain status to be in like this social media sperm bank. Anyways,
yeah,
I'm taking this too far.
I mean, the fee that charge off of those, like, and it's really what people want nowadays. Like, people do want designer babies.
Totally. Like, you know what? I dated someone.
Stored in the cloud. Like all the sperm. Where's the sperm stored in the cloud?
Put it on the blockchain, baby.
It's like we do decentralized storage.
Decentralized storage.
They get a message, a little box comes in their mail, and they're like, all right, send your donation here. And then you put, send the box back out. It comes to the person, and it's P2P. Like it's a pretty efficient process. Like you don't need to store any of it in a bank now.
Yeah.
On demand.
Yeah, decentralize the process. We'll have to make a token for this, clearly.
We do. It would work out pretty good. Well, have you ever seen sperm racing?
God, no.
Oh, dude, look it up. It's really cool. I swear to God, it's a legitimate thing.
No.
You got to check it out if you have a chance. these kids from like USC, I think, started it, and the whole idea was to say like, okay, who's the fastest swimmer out there, and can we create a racetrack where you could put some type of hormonal signaling on the other end, where like you actually drop the sperm and they race through the track to get to the other end to see who has the most efficient swimmers. And I know like one of our investors like had an option to invest in the deal, but they like his minimum check. They basically wanted like a smaller check size than they were willing to offer. They want to put in something a little bit bigger. And these guys took off though. They've now raised like $10 million. Stake is a big investor in it. They threw like events with like popular streamers on USC and they live streamed it, and it was like absolutely insane. So check it out.
I'm actually somewhat interested, which I mean, I might be getting judged on this. But is it like I'm just gonna be straight up. Is like, do you know whose sperm it is?
Yeah, like the two racers, like it's like you're like a UFC matchup. Like
it'd be like the three of us right now could have our
like fight cards before it.
Yeah, like there's fight cards and like everyone's like squaring up like you'll outswim you, and and then basically like they all like they'll donate, and then like each one of them comes up like a scientist in a lab coat comes up with a little like cup, and they basically like start them up, and then they like drop them in the thing, and then basically like the hormonal signaling goes out, and they literally start zipping through. And you get to watch like on the microscopic level because it's a really tiny racetrack, but they put a microscope over it so you can actually see it like it's like a real like larger sizing car, and you watch it swim through this like track like maze. It's actually
genius.
It is genius. It's,
you know what, the male ego in me is like, yeah, I want to fucking win. Like,
yeah. Well, the thing is, like, already in life, like I've joked around about this, like we're already number one. And that's what's crazy. Like there wasn't even a competition to determine like who is greater than before. Cause like you and I and Yeti, like we're already the number one swimmer. Like we've already won the competition.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's like, as the sperm, yes.
As the sperm, but now we have the ability to compete like again as the producer.
I'm not gonna lie, when my wife got pregnant, my male ego was like, yeah, your boys can swim. Like I was pumped. like the validation
but also the
validation that my sperm made it, I was like, yeah, boys, you're a fucking man, buddy. Because I didn't know. I was like, maybe the boys can't swim.
That's a good day. Yo. Congratulations, though. That's always the funniest thing. It's like, you know, after like when you have a baby and you tell your family, everyone's like, "Oh, congratulations! Like you guys did it. Like you guys had sex. Great."
I know, it's really funny.
Everyone congratulating you, and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm so proud of you."
This confirms that we have sex.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, nice job on the sex, guys. Like,
all right, guys, what am I doing here? What am I doing?
My proof.
Oh yeah.
All right, so these are 15-second. Hold on, are these 15-second rounds, 1 minute rounds?
Yeah. So I'll gladly explain. So the game, these are 1 minute BTC prediction games. So this purple line here is the BTC moving price. So it's like jumping up and down. We're getting this like tick for tick, you know, every second updated data. And what you're trying to do is determine where is this line going to end up at the end of this 1 minute interval. So like where is the price going to exit? So like what will the price be in 1 minute? And right now we're placed in a lobby, which kind of allows you to cool down. You can check out this game card, which you can see on my screen. This shows you like how everyone did like in the last game and how you did, like how big your winnings were. Each game opens up. You want to try to get your positions down as fast as possible because time in game is important. So like, as you can see here, I'm kind of like, hey, maybe the line's been jumping up. There's been some crazy volatility. I put some positions up here. Maybe I'm wrong now. And like, I should have put some down here, but that's all right. And I'm trying to predict, you know, this dot here. I'm trying to line this up with where line is going to end. So what I'm hoping is, if you can see this green dot I highlighted there, I'm hoping that this price ends here at the end of the 1 minute. And all I'm doing is just putting myself on a chart for saying what time frame I predicted that price to happen. Because the earlier you are predicting it, like the more risk you're taking because you're spending more time in game, and because you predicted it earlier, there could be larger price swings later on. So it's a way to reward you fairly for what you contribute. And then this last 10 seconds in this red box is a place where you can no longer put positions. And it's a way for the line to kind of have some space to move around. It creates a little bit of drama when it starts to run away there. And also it kind of helps too with people not trying to gamify by getting in positions last minute. But if you want to get a position in last minute, because it's like, okay, I'm getting it in the last second and it's as close to the price. So, this is a good way to do it. It's actually not, because time and game matters. And so if someone was to place a position in on the 5-second mark, and then someone was to place a position in that same predictive price at like the 45-second mark, the guy who came in earliest is going to get a much larger payout because he took a lot more risk, which was like spending, an extra 40 seconds in the game.
Got it. Cool. I'm going to do one thing, guys, from a marketing standpoint, is I'm going to see if I can stream on X, because people will see like the live on X. They'll see that I'm actually live as well. And I know that just gets people going.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Let me
And a little addition to this, like we try to visualize it all. So all you have to do is look at the chart and just click, which is an unusual action because a lot of the time you're looking at charts, to review data where the price is going to go. But now you're actually interacting with the chart by using it as a way to visualize your position. So it's kind of this tap trading concept. And
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
And about like 10-20% of people like win, and then about 80-90% of people lose a portion of their tokens, because it's like it's all about who's closest and most accurate to that price, and then the payout decays as it gets further away or later on in time in the game. And right now it's a little bit slower. Like we have 13 players. Like this morning around 9:30, we had like 60 players in there.
These later, the Tuesday, Thursday sessions are always a bit slower.
Anumi's been doing really good.
Well, they've been putting in like serious volume as well. I think they're going for the streaks.
Yeah, Anumi hit the 5x the other day. Yeah, but I was telling Tut that our TikTok got like 19.4K views and like 1.5K likes. So almost at like 10%. We're at like 7.5% or whatever conversion of views to likes.
The Say No to Rugs one?
Yeah. Well, that was cool. The one, but yeah, that account Say No to Rugs.
Guys, I'm going to do the funniest thing.
I'm ready for it. I'm already primed.
All right. This is going to be funny. Okay, I'm just going live but I'm just using my phone and pointing it to my laptop right now because I don't have time to deal with StreamYards and setting it up. All right.
Good.
So my tap trading is live. Boom. All right. Sick.
Oh, yeah. Hello, world.
All right. Nice. Okay. So what? Okay. And so how are you making all those like bets at the same time?
So all I'm doing is I'll click on the screen And once it like selects, you can see the price that you're predicting. You can also see the amount that you're wagering. And I'll click the space bar. So I'll drop a bunch down really fast by just clicking on the screen in different areas and then clicking the space bar to enter in the position.
All right, so I might as well just do this and mess up. So I should wait for this round to end.
Yeah, wait for this one to end and then come into the next one and then drop a few points. But see what your wager size is at. Then make sure it's not too large. Like I'd put like 20, 40 cents. And you could do well with it. Because then you could put down a few. Like you could put 5, you could put 10 down. Yeti likes to put all 10 down. Because when you put down all 10, it allows you to see where other people are on the board, which is kind of fun.
Okay, so we got a live round here.
Yep.
So I click where I think it is, and then you said hit space bar, and what does that do?
Click anywhere now and hit space bar, and it'll enter you into the game. Hit space bar. There you go. So like Yeti will slam down a bunch of positions in that first couple of like seconds.
Yeah, you won't see it on my stream, but when it hits the 10-second mark, you'll see them all pop up because I'm actually using a different computer to enter in my positions.
Okay, and so my bet is set to 20 cents right now. And what were you guys doing? 5 cents?
Yeah, I'm doing like 50 cents right now, but 20 cents is good for you because you know you can get the hang of it. Yeah. And then you can get some pretty big wins. Like someone like yesterday, someone won $50 off of like 20 cents, which is pretty good.
It. And so it's a pool of everyone playing. Is that how it works?
Yeah, so everyone's positions, like every time you're wagering and dropping one dot, it enters that in. So like every time I have it at 50 cents, say I drop 3 dots, you know, it's $1.50. It goes into this large pool, and then that pool basically pays out depending on how accurate and early you are to predicting the price. So, you know, it's trying to determine, okay, what's the price going to be at the end of this 1 minute interval. And so if you look on the right side of your screen, it shows you your live ROI, and it shows you a live leaderboard, which is updating where you can see like how everyone's performing. And that's constantly changing as, you know, the price is moving towards other people's dots. And so even though your dots might be behind, that's just a way to represent what time frame you put them in. And no matter like when you click on the screen, it'll always go to the earliest time frame. So it won't go down out into the future. It won't go into the past. It'll be in the current time frame.
So when you guys are submitting all your bids, are you just like click space, click space, click space? Like, is that the speed and how you get them on so fast?
That's right.
Yeah, like now it is, but we're going to be adding a feature to where you can enter in positions in this lobby here. So after you see the game card, you could like preload a few positions. But right now it's like kind of like you're in the Wild West and you're trying to fire off your 6-shooter rifle and get those positions out there.
And you guys aren't even like waiting for price action, it seems. You're just like, or do you have an idea of where you want to go from the game? Like when the previous game ends, you're like, all right, I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
There's a few ways like you could do that. So I'll look at where the previous game was. I'll sometimes have I'll show you in a second this candle view open. But what I'll also do is in that lobby waiting room, I can kind of look at how that line's moving and see if it's super volatile. And I'll be like, oh man, like it's kind of creating some big waves. I should probably expand my positions and, you know, put something up a little bit higher or lower off of that line. And then there's also like a learning curve to figuring out how to perfectly just adjust your view. Like you could pinch in or like out and you can expand or like make your screen smaller on that field. So when you're putting your dots down, you can get more like granular in how you're predicting. And you can still zoom in and out on like this screen here too. And like right now I'm like, okay, like I see how this is moving. You know, there's kind of this band going on here. Maybe like I think it's going to go down, so I'll drop some down here, but maybe I'll hedge myself and put like one up here. And I'll drop like a few down here. And now like I got like 6 out. And we'll see what happens here.
And then all the green dots I'm seeing on my screen are everyone else's bets.
That's everyone else, yeah. And then another cool thing you could do, so if you go to the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see this one candle here. Click that, put it into the 16 candle mode, and now you can see where the candle's opening up compared to the last ones. And some people are like a lot better at this mode, and you can just click. Like right now you put out all your dots so you can't do it, but if you look at my screen, like I can just click anywhere outside of the blue. It won't let you click in the blue, but I could click above or below it, or I could click to the left of it, and I can drop my predictions down there like a line. So you can see on that one like how far you were off on the candle. So you might actually want to go a little bit to the line, which is okay because you're still learning about like how like the scale of everything.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it. The scale of everything, because I don't know what the hell's going on right now.
Yeah.
It's like
this one you can see it's drawing down, so like I might put a few in here, like I just did, and you can just click there and then drop it like in the same way. You just can't click in the actual blue candle, but you can click like anywhere around it.
Oh, cool.
I find it easiest to click over on the left in a gap over where you want to click.
So you don't get stuck by the height of the candle.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're trying to figure out how to
if you accidentally click on a previous game candle, it brings up the game report from that game. So when you're trying to thrash out like 10 positions in 2 seconds, it can be a bit. But it's also great to be able to see the previous game reports.
Oh, you're keyboard Yeti.
I am.
I keep seeing you on the leaderboard. Damn, I keep losing, guys.
It's all good, man. You get the hang of it. Like we had a guy on like earlier this morning, and it took only a few rounds, but once he got it, like he hit pretty big. He hit like a 20.
It was great seeing him back in as well. He was like, I noticed there were shots of him playing in the 1 minute game, in the next Supercharged session after he did the stream, and then he's in the daily game at the moment as well. He obviously,
for people that like this stuff, I feel like you could just be hanging out on this all day long. Like, like this feels like a very fun, just like pastime. Yo, guys, I'm in first. I'm not anymore. That was exciting for a moment. I've got a handful of people watching on my stream side now, and just to let everyone know who's watching, I'm doing essentially like tap trading on Bitcoin pricing in these like 1 minute showdown tournaments, and this is done by the team at Metafide. So they've built this application. Unfortunately, you guys probably can't really hear the Metafide team talk on my stream. If you want that, you can just jump on the Metafide stream on X, and you'll get a better experience. I'm kind of just getting my face with the little red dot around it on X so people can kind of check in to see what I'm doing. But the better stream is to follow them, and it's all the same stuff. Okay, what happened there? I didn't even know. All right, we're live.
Yeah, we're live. Thanks, man. I appreciate that intro to everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can, like, there's some people who are good at, like, getting positions out really fast right now. Mm-hmm. And they definitely have an advantage because they'll come in, like, a second or two before everyone. Because they'll even, like, before the line starts to print out, they kind of know where the last one left off. And just as that screen opens up, they click. So that's why we're going to be changing up, like, how the lobby works. So you can have... It doesn't need to be about like as fast as you come in.
You can like preload.
Yeah, so you can preload, but it definitely is like an advantage. So if you're like, if you have a strong feeling like, oh, it's going to go down right now, like you've seen the last candles, like sometimes I'll take the screen like this and like wait for it to open up and just be really ready to click. And you can click anywhere on the screen, so it doesn't matter. And I'll like go and I'll try to drop like a line of like 4 or 5 of them down. Try to cover some of that area down there. Like I'll be like boom, 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 like boom. And I just got like a bunch down there.
Nice.
And then the more it's volatile, the better the games are. So you get some really crazy swings when it's like moving like a couple $100 in the minute. and then the payouts get even bigger. Right now, this coming into my territory.
Holy smokes! Yeah, you did a good job on that one. Let's see what's going on X here.
Oh my god, the new me is doing really good right now, Yeti.
Oh man, my live stream
I
is
see.
hilarious.
just the fact that it's the mobile phone recording the computer playing.
There's something kind of intimate and cool about it, though, you know? That's just the artist in me making everything be a conceptual art piece.
Get this, my friend the other day called us up. He's like a conceptual artist, and he's done this, you know, a camera obscura. It's like a pinhole camera.
Yeah, I know it. I know camera obscura. Yeah.
So he's done it in the end of a beer can, and then he's put like a large mill film in it. So it's just directly onto the like old school analog. It was like 30 mil or 35, whatever that.
Yeah, the lens.
Bigger one is. No, directly onto the film in the can.
On the film. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then to develop it, you can actually use beer instead of bromine. So bromine is like the chemical that developers use generally, but you can use beer instead. And so he's used the beer out of the can to develop the image that he's taken of the like camera obscura through the end of the beer can of the 4X brewery, which is like the beer that he used to.
Just hit a 12.22x.
Oh, nice one.
That is sick, dude. That's a good way to, you know, be recycling.
He just does weird shit, eh? Like he's currently releasing this documentary where it's called Plaque Gallery, and he got like basically like he's trying to get sued by all the most famous litigious artists. So like Damien Hirst, who's like always suing people, Anish Kapoor, like all of the kind of modern artists that sell for these huge amounts of money. And he's named his chickens after them, and then got paint on their feet, and then gotten them to walk over these artworks. And they're this big, and they're stuck to the back of his teeth. Like his mouth is the art gallery, and you view it through one of those like dentist things, but they're all like, you know, sold for these huge, they've got these large amounts of money put on them as if they're by these artists, and that's the whole kind of like, you know, the scam and trying to get sued by them. And he's done this documentary where he goes and like does it out the front of like the, you know, the Museum of Contemporary Art and stuff like that, the, you know, these famous art galleries, and does this thing where he's like, it's him inside a plinth, like looking like a sculpture with his head out there, and like a gallery thing around his head, and then like a dentist, you view the artworks on a dentist mirror inside his mouth. Bizarre.
So I actually kind of fuck with that. That is cool.
It is cool, eh?
I do a lot of conceptual art, and I like that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, I hit a 9 on the last game, boys. The port.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're back up, baby.
Hell yeah.
Wait, what'd you hit for?
Like a 9.6x. I got like $6.
Dude,
got
you
like
just
$5.
I didn't even see. Oh my god, yeah, nice.
Yeah,
$5.
man.
Oh, you should have cut me off. I was rambling.
No, I had to plug in my MacBook, and it just worked out that I was like, oh, I'm just gonna listen to this, plug in my MacBook, and then it was like, boom, you win. I was like, sick. No, I actually really, is he successful? Is he doing well?
He hasn't been sued. He hasn't. So the documentary for that hasn't been released, but it's going to come out. He's like, I was speaking to him the other day, and he's going to release it this year as like a indie. He originally wanted to kind of it to be a bit better funded than what the release is going to be, than what it's going to end up being. It's going to be released as like a more indie kind of thing. And so we'll see. His hope is that one of them sues him for it.
Well,
Because he's got like
the
no money to be sued anyway.
I hope he
God.
gets sued. Usually you don't wish that on anyone, but
Yeah.
It sounds like, that's kind of part of the art, right?
Yeah.
oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. So you guys know prediction markets, right?
Hmm?
Did you guys see?
Yeah,
You probably didn't, but there was a prediction market whether Monad was going to get slashed on Ethos, and no one had slashed Ethos, so I went and put a bet that somebody would, and then I went to Ethos and wrote a big kind of like slash post about how like I have nothing against Monad. I just want to see if you can manipulate a prediction market. So in the same way of like a contemporary art thing, I just was like, this is an artist kind of like research kind of experiment, and join. And it was super popular. There's like, I think it had some of the most like comments, and like it got people really going, man. Like some people were like disgusted in me. They were like, you abuse the Ethos system. and I could have actually I could have manipulated that market like crazy for personal gain. I just put the bet in and was like, if I win, cool. If not, like I'll lose whatever money I put in. Is like $50. But yeah, doing that kind of like conceptual art stuff is really fun because it really draws strong emotions from people that believe in like a world where everything has to be like moral and true. And it's like what your friend is doing is like breaking down that wall in a lot of ways. And it really
he was in.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, there was an example of it happening with, I don't know if you remember, but like the chimpanzee that took the photo of itself. Like a photographer left a camera for chimpanzees basically to like in the hopes that they would take a photo of themselves, and it was a famous photo at the time with the chimpanzee took a selfie with the camera. And so and it ended up like National Geographic sued, or the photographer sued National Geographic for it because they used it without proper attribution. And then PETA, the animal rights organization, sued the photographer on behalf of the chimpanzee. And it ended up being that it was public domain because it should have been the chimpanzee's image because it took it, but you have to be a human to own intellectual property, and so nobody owned it.
My God,
and so that's why you got the chickens.
No, he was inspired by that.
Yeah, that's why you got the chickens to make the artwork. So it's like a non-human created art.
Cool, boys. I am 1 win, 9 losses right now.
You can be pretty profitable with that sometimes. Like, you don't have to. So
try the other mode. Maybe go back to the line mode. It might help you.
What's the way to what did you say? Like how many people win every game versus how many lose? Didn't you say there's a ratio or something?
Yeah, you can see on the side over on the right, like how many people are winning. So it's about like 10% of people will win, 20% depending on how. Like it depends where the price moves. Like for example, if the whole of a majority of the group was like, oh, I think the price is going to be high, it's going to be up here, and then the price like, moved really far away, and someone was down there at the bottom, like they could absorb a huge amount of like the winning because everybody was off. So it's all like relative to the group. But you can also have scenarios where everybody is way off and they're up in the top, and then the price moves way down to the bottom, and nobody's really down there. And so because no one's really down there, no one's really close to it, and then it kind of settles like more evenly, and everyone kind of gets like a majority of their money like returned back. And like some people
I see. Yeah.
But it all depends like, where everybody is in the games. And you don't always lose like 100% of your money. Like sometimes you lose, maybe 10%, 20% of your money. Other times 50%.
Got it.
But your wins can really make up for it. Like these are like you've seen at the top of these. Like there was Lorenzo, he got like $100. He got a 76x in one of these games. and like he had like a small like 40-cent position or something like that.
On that prediction market thing you were talking about a second ago, by the way, did you heard of the streaker that did that? Yeah, where they bet on there being a streaker at the Super Bowl, and so they
I know the exact one. Yeah, that was it was exactly this. That so my thesis, the whole thing was like a thesis where I was like, people keep saying, you know, like there's weird language around prediction markets, like the people building them. It's like there's like a philosophy, like the people building them and working for them are like, this isn't gambling, and then to a lot of people, it's like this is gambling, and then so there's all these like conversations around like, can it be manipulated? But is the manipulation just part of the game? So, anyways, I was like, can you manipulate it? Like, let's just try it. Like, I'm just gonna do it out in the open, and based on my definition, like because I have a following, what I did was I put my bet and then I told all my followers, like, hey, if you guys want to have fun with this, you can join, support the mission. You can make some money if you want. You can downvote me. Like, I wasn't pushing any agenda. I was like, but you can join this. And so what happened is a lot of people that are my friends were like, shit, this is fun. Let's do it. And so the price pumped way up. And then had I wanted to, I could have sold out of the position and then gone back to my followers if I was like an evil person and been like, yeah, guys, I'm out. This thing's bullshit. It's not working. And then buy in on the other side of the bet and watch it crash and then sell again and then be like, you know what? It's back on, baby. Like, I could have just been swing trading based on my manipulation. Like, I was like, whoa, man, people could really dominate this. If you're like evil and you just want to get your bag, like you could, like, it's against all the terms of service, but like, you know, there is a way. Like, you could try to find your like edge case to get it done if like you really wanted to. And that was kind of crazy to me. I was like, whoa, like any bet that has social influence in a prediction market can be like heavily manipulated.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And it creates this bizarre situation where it's like a prediction market is no longer just like predicting kind of as this like third party looking in on it kind of thing, but it actually like forms, like it creates the outcome. Yeah. Which is pretty bizarre, is that, you know, like people, like hopefully that doesn't translate to voting and stuff like that. Like, oh, I bet on this person, so I predicted this person would win, so I'm gonna vote for him instead of.
Yeah, like when America, there was a bet on if America was going to annex Canada into a state, and I'm a Canadian, and I was like, this is weird. Like, what if all the Americans want this to happen and they like bet for it and then they want to win the money too? And then I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down to the 8 candlestick view.
Yeah, try the line a little bit too. You might be better there. So we had some more players join too in the last 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, funnily enough, I'm just going to talk to my broadcast here because my viewership has flipped the actual Metafide viewership on the live stream. If you guys are watching me right now live, I am showing you my X feed, and you can see here you guys are watching me, but what you want to do is go and watch the Metafide stream, because that's where you're going to get all the Metafide content from Matt and oh my god, what was it? Keyboard
Yeti.
Yeti. What the
I can send you the repost if you want on your account here.
Yeah. So just to let everyone know, I mean, if you like watching my screen through my phone and you're enjoying this, like, that's cool. However, the well-produced stream is through Metafide, and if you want to play the game that I'm playing, you can use my reference code and get $2 to mess around with this. So it's basically tap trading BTC price within 1 minute. So wherever you think it's going to be, you make a bet, and it's kind of like closest wins and earliest and closest wins. So yeah, if you're like into this right now, maybe I have the live stream like chat up. I am going to post my yeah, I'm gonna post my code there.
Yeah, if you want to repost, I sent you the link on Telegram. If you want to
Okay,
repost
dope.
the Twitter too, so everyone can see you.
Dope. I'm gonna have to shut off my stream when I go to my Telegram so people can't see all my DMs because it's my phone is sharing everything in my house right now.
Oh man. So, Ty, you want to hear my prediction market strategy that I've been thinking about?
Would love to.
You know, you saw the most popular thing for the prediction markets beyond sports betting now was the election. So with the Trump election, the Mondani election too in New York, and it seems like now if I was to go run for, you know, whatever, say mayor or president, and I'm an unknown candidate, it would make more sense for me instead of spending $200,000 to go out there and campaign to basically take that $200,000 and place it on myself in the prediction market to basically look like I have a lot better of a chance. And if you were really unknown before and all of a sudden you put $200,000 and you went up even to a 30-40% chance, everybody's now like, who is this guy? And you're more likely to succeed off of that because, again, you're basically like, you know, creating the outcome through the prediction market, and you can start to control that. And I wonder what's going to happen, you know, if people really will start to implement like those tactics, because now you are known. Like news and media is going to cover you. Like you could go spend $200,000 and get like a few local news areas and maybe some regional news to go cover you and put a story or whatever. Or you're going to spend on a prediction market, and now CNN and, you know, BBC and everything else is talking about, oh, on blank markets, blah, blah, blah is now all of a sudden trending 30% higher.
Absolutely.
Just quickly, sorry, we've just had one of our people message and say we should get you to restream via Restream. So you can click up in. Do you know how to do that?
I was
you can restream.
I was trying to look for it. Yeah, I was trying to look for it quickly. Like, so right now, what they're saying is through the Restream portal that I'm in, I can send that to my X account.
Yeah, you should be able to send it to all of your wherever you want, basically. So I think we've like enabled Restream pairs.
Got it.
And then.
Oh, Todd, you might win on this one.
Yo, sick. I won the last one too when I was yapping.
I stole it from you. Right as this is that. Oh,
it's hey, we're back.
Me.
Did I get that?
Yeah, you won that one. 2x. You know, 2
a top dog.
Nice, yo.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. So, oh, that's funny. Because you know why? I set up. That's funny. I'm such a pleb sometimes.
Did you ever get a chance to check out the Monkey DAO community yet? Those NFTs?
Did I?
Yeah, maybe I mentioned it briefly last time.
I don't think I did. I honestly don't think I didn't. I definitely didn't.
They're like they're like one of the best hopes I've seen in NFTs right now for managing a real community where they have runway for 20 years. You know, everybody in there, a lot of cool, like creative people, a lot of builders, you know, a lot of just excited retail investors. People brought their families into it as well. And they're all like, you know, talking about crypto, meeting every Monday, Friday, you know, a lot of cool people to work together. They're throwing events all around the world. They have like chapters in every like country and a lot of like states over here in the US. And like they have budgets. So like they'll throw events and meetups and everything else. And it's one of the best, I think, pieces of crypto right now for like genuine community.
Cool, man. Yeah, honestly, if hold on.
Yeti's in the gang too.
Sick. Okay, hold on. I'm going to give me 1 second here. I'm going to stop streaming.
No worries. Man, Anumi's crushing the volume, Yeti.
I know, right? Yeah, Ace was like, "You didn't protect the pot." No, I was far out. It's very hard against someone that's putting in $100 a game.
It is hard. Yeah, the precision pot was hit.
Precision and 5x pot were both hit.
Yeah, hopefully Numi just chills out, makes the positions like $9. The 25x building back up. One day game was up to 2.73K today. T-Man, Blockchain Bane, and Miracle 333 are at the top three, followed by Odious, Mamet, and Ace with OT10. And I'm sneaking in at 10th over there.
On the daily?
Yeah, on the daily. All right, we got a guy top back over here. How you doing?
Everyone that
We got Leaps on the stream too.
everyone that's on my X stream, I'm gonna switch this one over to a new stream.
What's up, gents?
What's
Hey,
up,
man.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just back from wrestling practice.
Nice.
Jumping in for 5 real quick. I'm not staying.
It's all good.
How's it going?
Do you wrestle still, or is it your kids?
Kids.
They bring him in
Yeah,
there
right.
to teach the kids a lesson.
Yeah, I take side bets. I do prediction markets with the kids on the sideline. What's up? Who do we got on?
We got Tut on here, but he's adjusting it right now so he can go through his Twitter.
Oh yeah, did you see my Slack earlier?
You're streaming off of his phone to the Twitter, which is good. We're doing so
off his phone? So is he able to restream off his phone?
No.
All right,
time.
let me see if I can figure it out.
It might be a
Oh, no.
restream thing for the phone.
No, boys, I think I got it now.
Oh yeah.
You might have to log out if you were logged in before. You might have to log all the way out because one of the options to broadcast to yours is before you log in, then you set up yours, and then you log in.
Hold on. Yeah, no, that's what I was doing. This whole time I was just quiet and being weird.
You're all good.
Yeah, no, bros, we are good.
We're live. We're out there.
We are
Oh,
live. Yeah, we're doing good.
Good to
We're
see you.
doing good. I'm coming back online.
All right.
Good to meet you, Tut.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Where you
were?
located?
I'm in Toronto.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. All right, so what am I doing? Where is my window? Okay, I gotta share now. Let's get this going. All right, we back. Just because we jumped back, Matt, I don't know if you want to give another little intro here, because I think a lot of people are going to be jumping back in and following. And
yeah, I'll give an intro because we might just ask one of our developers if he could extend the timeout in the game. I'm not sure if he will get in time because we only run these games for about an hour, like
oh, my bad.
Okay, you're fine, don't worry. But I'll love to explain it. So this is a 1 minute BTC prediction game. So what you're trying to do is predict the price of the asset and where it's going to be at the end of 1 minute. So in the future, what's the price of BTC going to be? And so this purple line here is the live price feed of BTC. So it's constantly getting updated every tick. It's jumping up and down. It's volatile. It's creating these waves. And what you're trying to do is determine, again, where is this line going to end at the end of this 1 minute interval? And so we visualized it for you, where all you have to do instead of looking at a chart is clicking on a chart now and determining, what the price will be. So anywhere you click on the chart, it will pull up that price. And then you'll see the wager amount on the right side. And, you could put 20 cents, 50 cents, $1, depending on how confident you are. And you try to drop a few positions in the game so you have a chance of hitting spot on. Spot on is where you get the biggest payout. And that's when you predict the price exactly on. But of course, not everyone's going to predict spot on every time. And so, again, whoever's closest and most accurate to that price get the larger portion of the payout. And then that payout decays as you get further away, or you're, put it later in the time frame of the game. And so a lot of us, when we're trying to win, we're trying to put our positions down here in this purple box in the start. I'll try to click out and get 5 to 10 positions, determining what side I think it's going to go to in that first, 5 to 10 seconds. And you can put a position down by clicking on the screen and then clicking space bar if you drop a position in the game. And the right side has a live leaderboard where you can see where people's payouts are. Like MXAK almost had a 40x payout on that position. X Gunner had almost, an 18x. That one guy almost got 100x. And again, there's other ways to win. So just like, in a casino, there's sometimes side bets on things. We have abilities to have these side streak pools. So a portion of every game goes into creating one of these streak pools. And if you could be in the top 2% of players 5 times in a row, you'll unlock one of these streak bonus rewards. So we have a 5x, a 10x, and a 25x. Last week, the 25x was up to 1.7K. And MXAK actually had to unlock the streak pot. He was on a 25x streak, and he got like a 1.7K payout. And a lot of the time, again, yesterday, the 5x was around $400. Somebody hit that in one of these sessions here. And we also have early precision pots on the right side, which are other ways to kind of win in the games, where if you put a bet of $10 in the first 10 seconds and you're within $1 of predicting the price, you'll unlock that pot. And that one will grow sometimes to about $1,000 or greater. And then people start to compete by putting in some larger positions. So I think the game is going to end right here, and we'll see who won. But I'll show you in the past, just going on my screen, some of the game cards and what it looks like.
There's
we
another half hour.
Yeah, so
I can.
Thank you, Yeti.
Yeah, and how long do you want it to go for? Because I can extend it out.
Like another half hour. I think that would work.
Cool.
So yeah, we'll still be able to play here. Yeti was able to extend it, which very thankful for that. So if anyone wants to join, if you use Tut's code, which Tut can send out on his Twitter, I also could comment it over here in the chat feature. So if you enter in that code, you'll get a free $2 to go and play. And then also, if you deposit $5, you'll get a matching bonus of $5.
Matt, if you put it into the restream chat, does it go everywhere?
Yeah, that will go out to everything. So I just put it in there. So that's Tut's code. And
did you go
like 8:30? 9:30 in the morning, and then 8:30 at night.
Tut, you gotta go feed the kid.
You can hear my son. I muted, guys, because I was like, oh shit, I can see my mics lighting up.
That's all good, man. We appreciate that. That's a good thing to have family around.
I've been through 3 of those.
You have to take care of those things first.
Man, poor guy.
Oh.
4 months old. He just still learning how to sleep. All right.
What's it like? 6:30 for you? No,
9:30. 9:30.
You're Toronto. You said. I was thinking Vancouver, Toronto. Yeah.
Where are you?
I'm in Connecticut.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you kind of got that Boston accent going on a little bit.
Yeah. If I had a few beers, you'd really hear
Really?
it. Oh yeah, it definitely comes out the drunker I get.
Nice.
Start talking fast, a lot of insults.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the lumberjack shirt though. That thing's dope.
For getting over there, that's pretty good.
I like it.
Yeah, so these games, besides the 1 minute game, we also have different time frames. So we have a 1 hour game, and then we also have a 1 day game. So right now, the 1 day prize pool is up to 2.73K. So like one of the top guys, T Man, he's gonna get, it looks like $1,000 return on his position and like a 10x payout possibly. There's like a few other people, maybe a 50x for that other guy, Mamet and Odious with a 24x. And so these are where you can get some big payout just for predicting the price, where it's going to go at the end of the day. And, you know, the price could swing a couple $1,000s in that day. So there's a lot of ground to cover out there. And hitting something like spot on in this game, you could sometimes earn, you know, I've seen, I think, as great as $4,000 or $5,000 for the payout off of like a $5 position. And the minimum size is $5 for this. And it opens up every day at 9 a.m. So if you look on the right side, you can see a timer ticking down to tell you like when this game will end. But tomorrow at 9 a.m., a new game will open up. And right now, the 5x streak pot in this game is 2.21K. So there's $2,000 up for grabs if you could be on a 5x streak. So you might be able to get it done in 5 days. You know, the 10x streak is 1.48, and then the 25x is growing as time goes on. So that one will continue to grow. And yeah, this is a new way to visualize crypto where you kind of see it as something like, you know, 0 day to expiration options, which can be difficult for people to trade because you have to understand, you know, the expiration date. It can be expensive to buy these contracts. You can't buy a fraction of them. And this allows anyone to come in with as little as $5 for the 1 day game or for the 1 minute game, 20 cents, and predict where the price is going to go. So, you know, a visual way to do kind of like those options contracts. And these are all skill-based games. So there's no randomization feature. If you can get really good at predicting the price, you can consistently win. And we have some players now who have, seems like, you know, they're paying their whole college tuition. And, you know, some of them have even left work and have just made this their full-time role of playing in this to support their life. And they're consistently making like $1,000 a month or so, which has been pretty crazy.
I know of at least a couple.
Oh, yeah.
Scored. Lorenzo's actually doing pretty good at it.
Yeah, he's definitely been getting the hang of it.
We've been having some college competitions where we actually have like whatever college X go against college Y, and they'll like kind of bring their friends and get a room full of kids, and it gets heated because, you know, you think you're winning a substantial amount of money and then all of a sudden you lose it, or you think you're losing it and then all of a sudden you win it. Pretty cool. So we're gonna do like a league, like a series of like colleges versus colleges.
That was so good, that college comp.
That was intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone should be back from school. It seems like the 16th, 15th, 14th, depending where they're at. And then we'll get rolling with college students again. We might have Yale and Harvard, it seems. So we'll get the Ivies in there. We'll do a battle of the brains for who's the best at predicting BTC.
And they all have different methods. Like they actually come in with like equations and like, here's how I'm going to figure it out. Here's how I'm going to figure it out. Sometimes they got multiple people, one person running the algorithm or the bot or whatever it is, and somebody crunching numbers and another person's entering them, they kind of figure out different ways to do it. But nobody's been nobody's been able to figure out anything that's like automatic win. Like, in fact, the people that are it seems like the more technology actually doesn't necessarily guarantee you the win.
Yeah, like you could be really good at pattern recognition. One of our best players, he behind the scenes makes sure New York continues to run. He's making sure all the mail gets delivered, the packages are getting delivered. He's doing the hard work over there to keep the city happy. He was stepping up for Santa Claus over the last couple months, and he was still cranking it out and winning some of these games. He was just really good at pattern recognition. A lot of people assume
somebody just won a 71x.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, $151, something like that.
What
did they bet?
141. They must have bet $2 because they won $141 and a 71x.
Wow! Oh, I think I see Spicer in here too.
Yeah. Frank decided to drop in. He's trying to take it back from Love ETH.
Get on the stream, FX.
I love Frank's background, just on the plane.
Oh, is he on the plane?
Yeah, he was like the jet one. It was just like so not Frank though. That's why it's funny.
I copied your blue, by the way. I found
this blue.
I tried. I wanted that blue. I was like, that's the blue I want. I got, I was going for like, have you seen Severance?
Have I seen Severance, the movie?
The TV show.
Oh, I didn't know there was a TV show, Severance. I thought it was a movie. But okay.
No, I haven't heard of the movie, but I tried to go for that blue, but I couldn't really find it, and so I was trying to go for that blue that you've got. And I think, somewhere between maybe.
Okay. Yeah, it's like a deep blue. I'm gonna jump off, guys. Good dropping in on you. Tut, really good to meet you. Enjoy. Hope you win.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Appreciate it, man.
All right, we'll see you guys around.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers, Larry.
Can you guys hear my baby?
Yeah, it's all good though.
That's part of a real deal,
Yeah, tell the college kids this is what happens after college. It's all fun and games.
I heard kids don't even go on dates anymore. You know that?
Yeah. So I'm actually a college professor, and
oh, really? That's awesome.
I have students that are in their 20s, and they're like, "I've never been on a date in my life."
What are you teaching?
I teach architecture, and funny enough, I'm actually trying to pilot a vibe coding class for skilled trade workers at my college.
Cool.
Just start building, essentially to start building problem solving applications for the skilled trades. But yeah, I teach an architecture course, some financial management stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
You should check out the Superwall videos on YouTube. It's an account called Superwall, and it's just some product where you can A/B test your paywall pages. But they have a YouTube account where they've contacted a bunch of Gen Z creators and founders who have been going out there vibe coding apps, and I've been learning a lot. There's kind of there's another group of kids. They make some videos which are more them kind of hanging out and doing fun stuff, but they have some interviews, and they're called the App Mafia, and they're all a bunch of kids who've all created $100 million applications by just taking what's trending and then vibe coding something in 2 to 3 weeks and capitalizing on what's trending, or finding interesting niche communities and then launching stuff. And even the way they do product development is different. Kids are now when people would hide away for a year and go build something, as soon as they're able to prototype something, they're running ads on stuff like TikTok to A/B test how good like that product feature is, or basically the interface. And so like they're getting all this instant feedback as they're just building it, instead of like putting everything together and then it launching and people not liking it just by like TikTok videos.
Yeah, so that's literally like my thesis, because I've been doing quite a bit of vibe coding, and I'm like, you can prototype and then find PMF without, like, you can build products in a day. And so even as a college prof, I'm trying to get all my learning management software API to build like AI assistants to run like grading and feedback, to like pre-scan stuff, so it's like faster for profs to get stuff done. Oh, sick! We got a 5.5x.
Nice.
This is like a boxing match. I'm like going down hard, and then I come back with a haymaker, and I get my money back up. It's nuts.
Like, once you get good, like you can consistently win. Like you'll see some of these players who constantly are at the top.
Yeah,
the strategy.
I'm definitely much more on a pattern recognition side of thing with this stuff. Just it's like feeling based for me.
Yeah, me too. And now sometimes I'll look at like the candles and I'll be like, okay, is it trending down, trending up? And I'll take that in consideration. And like how much is just closing? Like, is it really, is it staying tight, not really expanding out, or are we getting some good expansion? Maybe I should place them a little further. What do you well, nice. I see a bunch of comments coming in off of your Twitter and stuff. Thanks, guys. What do you think right now about, the narrative that things are switching over from, perps trading and, things like meme coins and pump funds, stuff like that, and moving into prediction markets? And that's really the new thing right now. I know it's been a new thing for a while, but it seems like more of the mainstream is waking up to it. People are always talking about there's all these inefficiencies in prediction markets and ways to make money in them. Like, do you think that will be the next like meme coins? Does it have that ability to capture that or no?
No, I don't think so. Not in the same way. It's, to me, having played around with both, in a pretty deep philosophical way, and I guess kind of real, like meme coins gave the illusion of an easy like 100 or 1,000x. So it's really easy to get people to like buy in on that hopium, right? It's like you can go into a meme coin on Pump Fund, and the illusion is that like for very low, like you can get the biggest return possible. Like it's crazy, and prediction markets don't really have that. The thing that like consumers or the common trader, like to be a part of either of them, you have to have an edge. And it's pretty clear, like on Pump Fund, you either were like a dev team that just constantly pumped out tokens, rugged them, and had like a whole network of people that supported that, so everyone could kind of win, and there's a really small amount of people winning and most of the general public kind of lost. And so I don't think many people like knew that when they were getting into it. And so that's kind of why it's died off. And then in prediction markets, you really you really got to find an edge. So to me, it's like, it really depends on like who you are and your type of trader, but I don't think prediction markets will have the same like allure that meme coins had, which is like, you can go from like just your everyday person, like college student with $100 and come out with like 100K or something. Like prediction markets don't have that kind of natural like marketing to them.
That's really true.
In terms of like where I think the market's going, is what I see with prediction markets and some of the things that's happening is I think we are actually starting to abstract like the crypto market versus like the normie market, which is I actually think a good thing in some ways where like people could be using crypto rails and they don't even know it now. And so that's just going to change like the onboarding, I think, and the users that are coming in where like, you know, having to get like on BNB chain to trade is like not something a lot of people are going to be able to do. Like, so I think you're going to start seeing this kind of like middle ground where you are going to find like retail, like your normie prediction market traders starting to dabble with like more abstracted, easier ways to trade. And yeah, like I think we could cycle back to a few things for sure. I'm also really excited about like Mega ETH right now. I've been building in that ecosystem, and the thesis is really cool. I don't know if you guys have like paid attention to Mega ETH and what's going on there, but it could
Only
be
when it was all over.
I wanted to know
Twitter
more
with the
about it.
pre-sale.
I've wanted to know more about it. I'd love to hear more about it.
Yeah.
Did you
So
get in on the pre-sale?
yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
Well done. Far out.
Yeah.
That was like one of the most hectically competitive pre-sales I've ever seen.
Yeah, so I built an art collection with Bread Guy during testnet, and then a community formed around it, and people are super into it. And so we're going to bridge it to mainnet. So I had a lot of on-chain like virtue to get in on the pre-sale because of that.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
And the simplest way to explain Mega ETH is the Mega ETH team believes in like the ethos of Ethereum being like a world computer, being like a decentralized, like basically the decentralized home of the world computer where like apps and crypto and finance can all like merge. And the issues of Mega ETH is that it's slow compared to other chains that have been built since then, and it can be expensive to operate on. And so Mega ETH's like kind of ethos and purpose was to take the original Ethereum ethos and then add the speed and add like the low cost ideology on top of it as an L2, and like some simple kind of like catchy marketing ways that people in the Mega ETH community will talk about it is like the way Mega ETH is built, it would make chains like Solana irrelevant. Like that's kind of the idea, is like you don't need a Solana when you have a Mega ETH being built. So the idea is it turns ETH, the chain everyone kind of loves inherently, into like your fast, low cost chain. And so
Okay.
some cool things is like your game, your Metafide game, it's real-time blockchain is like everything can be done on chain in like seconds kind of thing. So if you're like on testnet there was this like road runner game where you had to like get a bunny across the road before it gets hit by a car, and every movement was a contract on chain. And you could see it. Yeah, so like you hit the arrow, chain. And you could see them. So yeah, so it's like when they say real-time blockchain, like that's what they mean. So like every yeah, 100
with what kind of throughput? Like how many people could be doing that simultaneously?
Yeah, so I have to go back and look at the docs, but so right now it was able to be done on testnet, and that is their big edge claim, is that like they have massive throughput. So do you guys follow Bread Guy?
No.
I don't follow too many people. But
yeah, Bread Guys.
Oh, look at that! Did you see my win?
No, your screen's not there, but I'll check.
$100. Sorry,
Yeti with the $100. All right, so what's Bread Guy all about?
So he's like I would say he's the face of Mega ETH, and he's done an incredible job like explaining the tech side of it. Was that me? Did I just win?
Did you? Oh, dude, you did. Nice, dude. I've been seeing a lot about it, and like, it seems like they have such a organized group of KOLs where they're really good at spreading their messaging around too. You know, and like that's really what it's all about, is a good core community. People seem excited about it. That's something right now. You know, there's not much out there.
Yeah, and
eat bunnies and stuff like that too.
yeah, and they actually do have a really good community of KOLs, and I've gotten to know a lot of them, and I'm friends with some of them, and they're KOLs that have like they've got skin in the game, like they're devs, they're people that like actually build stuff and are interested in the tech, so they're not KOLs that are just like, oh, I can make money from this. They're KOLs that are, you know, they built a following because of their like on-chain history and how they've like built in the space. So that was kind of like one of the first things that got me bullish. I just wrote an article on it. They also got like Vitalik is a funder. The other co-founder, Joseph Lubin, he's invested. Kobe's invested. Mert has invested from Helios. So like, there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, we're fucking into this, which is cool. Where is
Bread Guy at is Bread Guy on Twitter?
it's just bread.
Bread.
There, I'm gonna send you this game that's kind of what you guys are doing. I think you guys will be super interested in it. There's like a tap trading game. I just sent it to your TG.
Was that one Euphoria? I didn't even check yet.
I think that's Euphoria.
Yeah, that's Euphoria. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been seeing it pop up a lot. Oh, that's Bread Guy. Okay, Bread with an underscore at the end. I'll follow him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's your best resource to kind of like, you know, understand the Mega ETH tech.
Yeah. I want to bring our stuff to Mega ETH. The only thing is I've never met anyone in person from there.
I can link you up, no problem.
Really?
Like Brett and I are friends. I've talked to I know their biz dev team. I'm actually I'm advising some teams building on Mega ETH. So yeah, if you're interested, absolutely let me know.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it's a really cool. The thesis is awesome to me. It's like make ETH like a chain that can kind of compete with all other new chains in terms of speed and latency and like cost to deploy and sign contracts. It's like, yeah, I'm sure you guys remember when ETH was like clunked up during like 2021, like gas transactions were like hundreds of dollars. It was absolutely insane.
I mean, that's what always turns everyone into other chains every time that happens. Like they forget too. They're like, oh, it's not that bad. And then another bull run happens, a bunch of transactions, and like, I can't get anything for less than $100.
What is it that separates it from like the other L2s though? What's the
like from like Base?
Like yeah, from Base or Polygon or Mant or any of the SL2s. What's the kind of differentiator for Mega ETH?
Yeah, so they're honing in on like the speed. Like nothing will have that kind of like real-time speed. And I think they have some, like from a performance standpoint, that's like really what they're like hanging their hat on, is really big technical apps will be able to run in, like you were asking about the throughput. I think it is really high. So you'll be able to have these like really large, mega apps that are all getting like real times speed. They have some like graphs about how they manage that throughput, so it's like kind of always constant. Like they have a lot of very technical information to try to understand everything. And then on the other side of things too, they've really thought through like how to build revenue on chain. So like they've issued a stable coin of USDM, and that was another thing that was like all over the timeline, is they had a big like a deposit window, and so they're like incentivizing people to get USDM, and then they're going to build revenue off the yield of USDM, and I don't know what else they're going to do with it. But like when they had that first deposit, you know, there was like showing that it, like on 24-hour revenue, it was like doing just as good as, you know, other top chains in the space in terms of revenue. So there's a whole, like the other bullish side of it is like as a business case, they're like really, really smart in terms of how they're going to be generating revenue and putting that back into the chain, and how like that's going to support the token. Yeah, but like I think that's what's hard about it, is there's actually a ton of information to try to like dig through to really understand like what Mega ETH is.
But it is a kind of bigger, better, faster, stronger kind of promise of the same thing in that way, I guess, is it? Because I hear it from like people that that are technically very, technical kind of geniuses. I hear them ranting about it. And so like it's obviously got something that the others don't, but I just haven't. Yeah, but I think that makes sense if it is just a bigger, better, faster, stronger version of the others.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to distill all the little nuanced things too. Like they built this thing called Mega Mafia, where they like work really, really closely with apps that they vetted. And one really cool app, just based on who's building it, that I'm interested in it's called Hello Trade. And Hello Trade is being built by the two guys that were the crypto lead on the first BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. So they led that activation, and they have now gone off to build Hello Trade, which is going to be a perps for stocks and crypto. And they're going to be building it on Mega ETH. So there's like little things like that where some like, big smart brainiac people are building native applications on Mega ETH, which then you could potentially assume like, it's basically like Hyperliquid, but you can do stocks as well. And
instant settlement, it sounds like.
Yeah. And then you can assume that there's going to be like, some of these apps are going to have tokens. So there's going to be like a ton of, and then using Mega ETH will also be incentivized as well. So there it is going to be something that like, I think people are going to be incentivized to use pretty heavily through like a Mega token. And then, like I imagine Hello Trade might have one, right? So they're going to be just like Hyperliquid, or what was the one that just dropped? Like
Infinex has been doing good too.
Infinex Lighter had one, right? People are making money on Lighter. So that's what's going to happen, in my assumption, is that's kind of what I'm telling people, is like there's going to be a lot of incentives, I think, happening, and there are good teams building. So it's worth kind of at least getting the things that you're interested in and like dabbling with them as it happens. So
I'm down to check it out. I think we need more developments and crossover between Wall Street and Web3. We need to make people's lives easier, simple, better. It's been a long time coming, of this promise of a better UI, UX, or just a way to do peer-to-peer
totally
payment. A lot of time they're lacking on it, so someone needs to pick up the torch. And the most important thing to me is that they just have a good community. Like none of this stuff works unless because the incentives come in, it's great, but as soon as the incentives leave, everyone's gone. So like there's got to be some other motivation.
Absolutely.
If people are motivated about it, like I'm excited.
And you know what?
Work without that.
I've been a part of a few, like, as as a trader in the space and a builder in the space, I really enjoy getting involved on chains early. It's really fun. And but I've seen how communities form testnet, and then how communities form on mainnet, and how communities form around TGE and after TGE, and especially how like the leaders of chains talk about things throughout that process and kind of form their community. And everything Mega ETH has done throughout that process has been like so pro. There's like I think one of the weirdest things that leaders in crypto do, or like internet companies do, is they kind of talk to their audience in this like edgelord degenerate way. And like they talk to their community in that way. So when community raises an issue, the kind of feedback is to like be like, oh, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Like your feedback's kind of annoying or unwarranted. It kind of like to like you kind of like put them down for even having the feedback. And I've actually seen that really like that can work in some aspects, but I think it's pretty played out. And like
It's
when
different.
Mega
No one
when
wants to
Mega
not be heard.
Well, and I think, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it was like maybe kind of cool for a little bit to do that. And like maybe like meme coin communities can do it. But when you're like a chain and you have like real builders, like people that are like, I want to yeah, I want to make money, but like I want to build my community alongside your greater community. Like, you know, like there's a aligned incentive, invested interest in anyone, of everyone kind of doing it. And Mega ETH seems to have that like nailed down. Like when you work with their like biz dev team, like they're fucking cool, man. They're like down to support. And when they make mistakes, like they really owned it. Like if you saw what happened with the like with that pre-sale, like they were just like straight up about it. And then even the USDM sale, they had like an error and they just like owned it. And I think a lot of people like respected them for it. Like they didn't like blame the crypto users as being like degenerates. They were like, no, we fucked up. So I think I'm actually pretty bullish on their community building from like top down. They seem to have like a good balance of being like young and innovative, but also like mature business people that can kind of like own up to an error without ostracizing their community.
Hell yeah. I mean, I feel like community support is something that Web3 has so much to learn from Web2 in a way. That's like, yeah, like, as you said, taking on feedback. Like, you know, feedback is only ever constructive to receive. Like, you want your community to be giving you constant feedback and letting you know where stuff is going wrong, and yeah, shutting it down and shutting those people down from giving that feedback is never a good idea. Both from like just a technical standpoint of like, you know, you're not going to find the bugs, you're not going to find the issues, as well as just like a community squashing kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
Just say a quick one. Sometimes we found out you have to code for vibes. You know, like sometimes on the surface it could look right, but it might not feel right to everybody. And that'll never come across unless, you know, you take the feedback, and it could be like mathematically you could argue it, but it's like, hey, like, not like it's got to feel right to everyone, and that's part of the equation that's missing that you can't calculate is vibes. You know.
No, you're absolutely right. I actually been thinking about this and been wanting to write like an article or a thread about it. And I think what crypto, what can work well in crypto is like a cult vibe, right? Like that can work well for a certain amount of time, but what happens is people want to start like giving feedback. And in a cult, you can't do that. And I think that is a style of community building that has happened quite a bit. But at the same time, like as we're moving into a bit more professional side of things, it just like falls apart because it just becomes obvious. You're like, hey, your chain sucks or your protocol sucks for like X, Y, and Z. I'm a community member. I believe in this. So I'm going to give you this feedback so you can make it better. But then in a cult, like you can't give that feedback because the dynamic's off. And I think that's like part of why things aren't going well for some communities. Like honestly, like the way I've built my community as an artist and like a founder is like like it's actually not token gated. Like you can get tokens and be a part of my community, but if you want to just join my Discord and hang out and send me a DM, and like anyone can do that. Like I don't want to token gate my community. Like I'm like, let's get everyone in. And I think like a lot of crypto projects and like chains and stuff really wanted, they kind of like, they want that like cult community vibe that's like blind believers, but I think it kind of falls apart eventually.
Mhm.
And I think it's like for those reasons.
Yeah, it does. I mean, yeah, cults don't take feedback. I think that's the biggest definition. You could probably look at a ton of communities right now and call them cults and not exactly communities. And again, like just bringing us back to the point of, none of this stuff works unless you have a real community. Money,
Totally.
people in the door, but again, it doesn't keep them staying there. And it's like all these people, oh, we're going to reinvent the world. We're going to
Yeah.
decentralized insurance, we're going to put the housing market through NFTs, we're going to
Yeah.
have better healthcare, like our abilities to even walk and track and get points and redeem it for stuff. And it's like, okay, great. But none of this works because if we don't stick to with each other and stick through some of the issues as we're developing through these products and just go for every shiny penny, then none of this stuff could succeed. And again, the plan B is everyone's asking for institutions to come in and save them or bring your existing community institution into this. And again, that's never like those guys aren't going to let you, impede your existing business. Also, if they bring their community in, whatever they have is so large, it's going to swallow you guys up. And you won't be able to succeed long term because the initial mission is lost. But
100%. And you want to know what's interesting is when I started building in this space and I started with selling art, I was like really scared to actually build a community because of like the crypto community stereotype. But what's happened because I'm like more mature, user in the space, I'm a millennial, I've got kids, is like those are the people that I've attracted into my community. And like my community, like we're mostly on X. Like it's fucking like last week people were talking about getting their colonoscopies and other dudes were like, yeah, man, you got to get it done. Like, it's a fucking cool community of just like older crypto users that are like, and they're smart. Like we've got like a fucking principal to school. We've got accountants. Like these are professional people, they're not like, you can't just like ignore them when they have some good feedback. So like, yeah, I don't know. The community's like formed in like this really cool way.
Nice, man. I'm really happy to hear
I love that. I love everything you've said there. So good.
Yeah, man. If you guys want to join too, my God, like I said, it's open to everyone.
Discord. Send it on Telegram. I'll send it to Eddie too. I'll join. I doubt. I'm not a big Discord user, just to let you know.
No. Discord is actually only really a like message board for me. It's basically like I've kind of hacked it into basically like an email newsletter. So as opposed to it being email. So it's just really to keep up with my stuff. All of our chats happen on X though. So if you guys want to come in an X chat, I can bring you guys into that and you guys can hang out for a bit. And if you're interested in Mega ETH, that's basically all I'm talking about right now. So you can stay up to speed through me.
But there's other people who share the same ideas with us. They're trying to build something cool. They're going to stick together, actually help each other. They might have another element. We could all bring different pieces into it. That's what I'm looking for. Like, it's the only way this stuff works. And I'll say it totally over.
No. I love inviting like the CEO of Metafide in our group. We've like tons of different like builders and users are like in our groups. So that's kind of the whole plan. Is it's like there's a networking level, but it's also just like it's a place where you're allowed to be honest. Like people have been in that chat and they're like, oh fuck, the Mintify UI is killing me. And then the Mintify founder's like, yeah, man, I'm sorry, we're gonna start working on that. Like you can be straight up about things, you know what I mean? Which is cool because it just allows people to kind of express themselves in chat. But no one's a dick. Like people can just like, it's like got a really good balance of that going on.
I'm trying to join, but I'm failing the capture.
Oh, my Discord, man, my Discord is
Yeah.
fuck. How are you feeling the capture? What kind of capture do I got on?
I don't
there?
know. It's one of just those letter and number ones, but it just like this last character. Who the fuck knows what it is? It is.
That's
I'm like
funny.
zooming in on it. I'm trying to. It's like normally these are quite easy to pass, but.
All right,
Man,
what's
no,
what's
so-
your handle, Yeti, on X?
My handle on X
Yeah.
is TCG Yeti or Keyboard Yeti. Hang on one sec, I can never remember. Yeah, at Keyboard Yeti.
All right, let's join this Discord.
Keyboard
Yeah,
Yeti,
so
yeah, yeah.
I do the community. Me and another guy do most of the community kind of stuff with Metafide, and I love everything that you've said there. Rings very, very true. Like I love. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, man. Okay, what else? And then Matt, what's your
It's-
X account?
So my X account is Dogecoin, DAO, and then G and then coin.
Why is it that?
Because I was like, this is a sick one, and like DAOs are super popular, and I was like, no one's gonna have this, and I was like, it kind of sounds like Dogecoin, so I was like Dogecoin.
How
I
do we follow each other?
maybe I'll follow you. I think I followed you on our our main Twitter, but not this one yet.
Oh, I'm not following you. God, horrible person.
It's all good. I don't really post anything on Twitter yet.
That's fine, man.
Dogecoin. Yeah. But I'm following you on our main account. I'm Metafide.
Sick. Oh, weird. I can't add you. Oh, you got to upgrade your X.
Maybe
To
I gotta
join.
verify myself, right?
No, you got to update to the new X because I've moved all my chats to the encrypted chats now because X is like not developing the unencrypted ones, and so they're just shit. So I had to move. So like all my group chats are in the encrypted ones now. So you have to
How do you
update your X app.
What is it? Just
I actually don't know. I think I did it such a long time ago. I think maybe when you're on mobile, I think you have to do it on mobile. And when you go to chats, I think there's like a button there.
Oh, create a passcode. Yeah.
Yeah. And Yeti, I added you to my my group on X.
Oh, nice one. Cheers.
All right. I just created the passcode. Many people add me now.
Douge.
Yeah, Doge. It's good old Doge.
Talking about conceptual art stuff. I think you guys will like this. So I built for my art, like I do buybacks of my art on like on-chain art, and I called it the Tut Cow, and it's a centralized autonomous organization. And the idea is that I have full control over my own art that I buy back, and it's just like a play. Like so many people, like want DAOs and like believe in DAOs, but in terms of like, I was like, I don't want anyone to manage my art, but there's still like a council of people that can talk about stuff, but there's no like voting rights. So that was pretty fun to build.
I like that. Yeah, DAOs are interesting because it might not always work. The incentive part people don't really have down. Where sometimes it's like there's no one person, distributing tasks. And there's no accountability a lot of the time. So you got to figure out how to align the right incentives.
Yeah, and I think you got it. Like, I think it's like the medium that it's operating under. You know what I mean? Like, if there's it's like what they're trying to do. Like, I guess a DAO could like work and make sense. But I remember back early on, people really wanted like everything to be a DAO, and we're like scared of like a one authority figure like running a company or business. And I remember I was always like, actually, like if someone's really good at this stuff, I'm cool with them like making all the decisions.
Yeah, centralization will always lead to, faster decision making and organization of people. But it might not always be the best. It's really it really depends on the business. And I think there's
Totally.
something more to it. Like we can dive into it as time goes on and figure out like how do you drive the right incentives and how do you hold everybody accountable to each other, and how do you make sure it's fair, do you have better ways to make everything transparent, it can be really good, and I want to see that happen with some things because they should be decentralized fully.
Totally. Yeah, I really like the idea that like I think a chain being decentralized is actually really cool.
Yeah,
it makes a lot of sense.
It does. Like I think stuff for education, like in a DAO sense, makes a lot of sense too. Like whether determining like curriculum, what people, what books you should be reading, what are some of the new trending topics that you want to bring into it. Like that to me makes a lot of sense because you're mission driven, where everybody wants to see a good outcome for the students. So everyone's incentivized to do good in that type of organization, usually.
Yeah. Oh my God. I have so many interesting ways to think about that because so I've kind of operated in that before, like a kind of like a democratic kind of like process to education.
Mm-hmm.
And at the college level, we have what's called what's called academic freedom. So that theory is, as a professor, you're kind of allowed to do whatever you want so long as it meets like the learning outcomes. And that theory is based on the foundation of like, it's kind of crazy because it's almost like capitalism versus socialism in a way, where like the idea is that no school administration can ever dictate what a professor teaches, because that can like hinder education. And like over time as a professor, I've like leaned into that so much, and as a creative person, I've found that so like liberating, because I've had to teach like other teachers' curriculum before, and I'm like, this shit is outdated, man. Like I don't even believe what you have in here. I think I'm like this, like I've taught like carpentry courses before, and they were wanting us to use like a bit and brace for as opposed to a drill. Like this was like 2 years ago, and a bit and brace is like a handheld thing. They don't even make them anymore. And I had to like email the school, and I was like, guys, we're in 2023. I don't like I've been in the industry since I was 18. It's been like 20 years. I've never used one of these. I've never used one in my life. I don't think it should be part of the curriculum. And they were like, well, it's on the plan. And I'm like, I'm not going to use it, guys. But I see what you mean. I think, you know what I've always struggled with in a lot of those scenarios is what you're saying, like the incentives being right. Because like not everyone wants to come to the table and really do the work. And like you said, I've never really been able to figure that out.
And that's also, that's part of the thing in the DAO too. Like you can take vanity for it all. It's like whatever the DAO does, that's great. Like a lot of those people can say, hey, I did that. And part of it allows them to take that. And if they do, and that's the other thing. It's like they could claim, I've done all this without really doing the work, and it's hard to hold them accountable. And so it's like, how do you figure out how to get them to do the work and be proud of it, but like, all accountable? And there will be some new ways, I think, in the future. And it's hard to pay out too to DAOs.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we have payroll, but technically we don't have all roles, but like I guess
like how does the Ethereum Foundation work? Because some of those people make bank, I think.
Dude, there's a huge problem with foundations. So
yeah.
the foundation problem goes deep, where eventually foundations stop innovating because they're getting paid from the foundation and those tokens and like whatever price it's at. And if they make $5,000 a month for being on the foundation, if they're going to give out a couple grants for a couple millions of dollars, they know, okay, the token's going to get swapped for USDC. We're going to lose some value in the token. And we're going to take this risk, which could be good because if it returns, it'll be great for the network. But if I don't want to take the risk because I start to get worried about the longevity of the network, I'm like, hey, if we don't spend these tokens, then we'll always get paid $5,000 a month. And we could just let it ride and milk this cow the rest of our life without really having to do too much. And too many foundations have kind of gone into this preservation type of mentality where, they're investing 10% of the overall foundation. They're investing the foundation into these things that are yielding like 10% a year, like some of these high yield investments. They're still relatively safe. And then they're spending overall like 5% of their whole nest egg. And because they're yielding 10% off of it and they're spending only 5%, they're making 5% every year. But that 5% that they're spending is still $10-20 million. And in this world, you can still come to a few of the conferences, host a few parties, pay a few KOLs, and you can kind of look like you're alive and relevant still. And there's too many of them who have kind of gone down this strategy of just making it seem like things are alive and functioning as they're just milking this cow for the next 20, 30 years.
Damn.
And you see that a lot. I don't know if that happens in the Ethereum Foundation if they figured out things that are better, but a lot of L2s who came up and got a lot of money too fast, ended up doing that afterwards.
Yeah, I haven't had a good chance to really understand like all those cases. And one interesting thing we were talking about earlier, which was like how important building community is and how crypto hasn't done well. And one of my first thoughts to that was just how like many chains actually didn't even care about building community. Like they just wanted to get the raise, make the money. And then, just like liquidate their tokens.
Yeah.
So they didn't give a fuck about community. And it's just, like as I started to become a builder, it started to make sense to me. I was like, oh, and you know what? It was like, there was a new chain that came up and I like invested in it as like a TVL thing. So I didn't invest. I like staked my tokens.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way they communicate and everything after, I was like, oh shit, you guys had no plans on building this chain at all.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why you see a lot of those like foundations or whatever like they just don't care. Like that was the plan all along.
Exactly. I mean, that's why they shouldn't have given them so much money. But
yeah,
greedy. And
yeah,
like,
totally.
But that's why we need to take this back. There's a chance, like we're finding guys like you. We found a bunch of other cool creators or founders out there who share the same belief right now, and people are so tired of it, man. There's so many things that are wrong with this industry right now, but there's at the bottom of it or at the core, there's so many good qualities and ways that it actually can improve people's lives. We're just getting distracted and those grifters naturally come in when you hear people are making a ton of money in this industry and you could get rich overnight. And so the worst types of people come in and, we're facing that right now. Like a lot of us think, oh, we're all WAGMI, we're all in this to make money and do it together.
Yeah.
But we've had a serious issue now. We've attracted all these extractors. Like none of these people believe in crypto. And they're just like, how much value can we get out of the system before it's done? And it's just this short-term money grab right now.
Yep. Yeah, no, I mean that's kind of like what I liked about that's what like what I'm bullish on right now. Mm-hmm. Is I think there's like a lot of builders that are like actually building stuff. That's kind of like the vibe I get is like if you're still here building, like you can't really like the grift isn't going to be as easy, so they're just not going to come as much. I don't know.
Yeah, and they'll be good. Like that's why bear markets are healthy, unfortunately. You know, they get rid of the BS, and it gives people the space and time to build. And the VC stop investing in the bad ideas.
Yeah.
You could think for a little bit. But dude, the majority of VC too, like those guys didn't make a lot of smart decisions, and they're part of the problem. Like they funded some of the wrong things, that just took quick attention and sacrificed long-term building. And
Yeah.
they're paying the price for it. Like if you do majority of VCs like are 90% underwater. It's like
Yeah.
small majority, only a small group of them are winning. And they're all the ones that are doing the same deals together. It's like, 6 to 10 VCs that have this concentration in the market that are killing it, and everybody else is not making any money.
Yeah.
Again,
That's a terrible sign, even for projects that are legitimately building to them, because if VCs are underwater, then they're having to liquidate tokens, even of ones that are like legitimate good projects.
I mean, there's a lot of issues that are going to continue to come up. Like this whole bear market, a lot of these companies survived by spinning up these narratives where they sold tokens out of the foundation and then like reinvested them. So they sold like tokens from the foundation to VCs as a way to get a capital injection to like uphold the token price. So they invested that money right back into the token to basically hold the price. But what really is happening is it's some run around of a Ponzi where like, the guys who came in earlier are going to be able to continue to cash out on their vesting while all those new people who just got those tokens are vested and locked up, and, the market or that project's not going to come back and they'll never return that value. So you saw a lot of that too. And a lot of that's just continuing to happen where like those people are now selling, more and more people are
Yeah.
unlocking. Like it never really had that big pump back into alts where these people took like large risks and it didn't really pay out here.
Yeah. No, I that's literally like what I think I think that's what a lot of teams just do, and they just rinse repeat.
Yeah.
Like I think that is literally the plan. Like it's like this is what we're gonna do.
It is. It's like the VC said it themselves. Like when the markets got bad, every VC said we're not doing like token investments, early stage investments. They said, oh, we're doing a liquid token strategy. And all these VCs went after this liquid token strategy because one guy said it and everyone followed along on it. And it's like that again didn't work out. Like none of those tokens they tried to buy and those alts like returned. But again, this now leaves so much room for people to realize what does actually matter in this community. Let's build things that make people's lives better, faster, and cooler.
Totally. Just build cool shit, man.
Yeah, just build cool shit.
Yeah, I'm actually working on something really cool for art. We'll see how it goes.
What is it?
I can't say fully.
Damn.
I'm dead serious. No one's done it yet, and it doesn't make sense why people haven't done it. Like I don't get it. Because we have the tech.
Let us know that. I'm excited to check it out.
You guys are in my chat now, and that's kind of like what I do with my community is let them know on all the stuff that I'm doing. And yeah, like I'm like the art is almost done. And yeah, my dev is working on it right now. And yeah, it's essentially like it's a new way to authenticate physical art in the blockchains involved.
All right, I'm done. Check that out.
Yeah.
My kids distracted me right at the moment where you said what it was. What was it?
It's a new way to authenticate physical art on the blockchain.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm in a few different projects that are kind of like real world asset art kind of DAO projects where they have like fractionalized ownerships of Banksy or Picasso kind of, like famous artworks. But I'm very interested in that space, so I'm keen to see what you're doing.
Really? You you're part of those communities. That's cool, man.
Yeah, so there's Benti is one on Avalanche. There's two on Avalanche. So there's Red. What is it? Red Mac something. And then Benti is another one that. So Benti is the one that has the Picasso and the Banksy artwork.
Yeah.
And then Red. Fuck. I'm having a massive memory blank, but another one that has a similar kind of thing where they buy like an art DAO, like a fractionalized ownership of yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so
Yeah.
the one I'm doing isn't like that, but that is like I like that stuff. But yeah, this is completely different.
Yep. Cool.
But
Hell yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, honestly, like I'm losing my mind over it. Like I'm so excited. And hopefully can hopefully we're going to start testing like really, really soon.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I had a friend who was like early on the t-shirts and like all the NFT clothes that you could like verify. And you'd like make all the Bored Ape stuff and all those other things back then.
Cool.
I just thought it was fun to scan it. And just,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, totally.
That was more like the physical one, so less about the art, but
Yep.
less about the on-chain art, but still.
Cool, guys. You know what, guys? I'm starting to crash and my brain is starting to melt.
Good, man. This was a great conversation, man. I appreciate you giving us your time.
I know we were just hanging at the end here.
Really? Like
we're like hanging like we're in the basement in high school, you know.
That's what it's all about, though. Like that's when you find real people. You can't chill in the basement, you know. You're not part of the gang. Like
totally. No.
No,
I enjoyed myself, man. We've been hanging for like 2 hours. It's sick.
Thanks, man. Well, all right. We'll
Awesome.
head off then. Appreciate you sharing with your community. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. You know, I'm happy we're invited into the secret Twitter community.
Yeah.
Not so secret and not token gated. So
yeah,
appreciate that.
Yeah, dope. All right, guys. Thanks for having me on, and I'm excited to keep chatting, man.
All right, take care.
Lovely to meet you, man.
Stream now.
Yeah, you guys are great, man.